Ma'am, please step down. You're going to hurt me.
No! Y'all want to kick me out? You're going to have to drag me.
Oh, my God.
Somebody call the manager.
I'm not going to.
Anti-Afro Spingali's always a reason for the stank booty bigot fired teacher from Tucker High School to complain. Now she's raising Cain at the buffet. And guess where she is now? Back at home, so mad, didn't even have a chance or the energy to sit on the couch. Just made it to the floor. Before I do anything else, we have to make sure we give credit and recognition where credit and recognition is due. Boom! Here you go. I'm just going to rub it down to her rotten bone marrow. Dumpsy D. Durrell got indicted. 9 counts. And here this freak is up here trying to get black men locked up for crimes that don't even exist. Even so, tried to use Dumpsy D. Durrell to attack us. And look what happened. It blew up in both their faces. Ha, ha, ha. You try to get Rev G hemmed up on some BS TikTok. You targeted so many black men lying on them about being predators and targeting children. And look what happened. Someone that you didn't want to get locked up got locked up, and that's what you get. This is something that you cannot deflate. This is top of the line victory over the stank booty bigot. This idiot that despises her own people, especially black men. But the main reason why I'm coming on here today is to make sure everyone knows. And there are people who have been asking questions who aren't familiar with the history. The bottom line, Stargate is the Godmother-Queen who can't be unseated. This subject continues to try and make a go at it. All day, every day. Continues on with the effort, the futile effort, I'll say, to unseat Stargate. It will never happen. And she gets so frustrated. It will never change. You cannot switch someone who has morals and standards with someone who's amoral. It's not going to work. This is why the frustration level continues to climb. Word got back to me. She's got my name all in her mouth. Like I've said many times over, and I remind Smoke and Pillsbury, who have stated that the fired ex-teacher, the stank booty bigot, is easy work. No, you got to correct that. She's no work. It takes essentially no effort to keep her just where she belongs. Irrelevant and insignificant. That's why she has to run around bringing up everybody else's name. But she can't get Pillsbury to go live. Stargate can get Pillsbury to go live. All she has to do is hit Pillsbury up. But this fired ex-teacher can't get Pillsbury to go live. If she was so hot to trot, why does she have to come on YouTube crying and whining about who doesn't like her? But got my name in her mouth? I'll tell you what I'll do for this particular situation. Let's play some retro to show you how desperate and embarrassing and pathetic this stank booty bigot is when it comes to begging for acceptance for others. Check this out.
I'm mad as fuck. Dude, I just saw DJ Drama's announcement for the Sector Awards, right? Ain't that right? Is it me, or did this nigga nominate everybody in the sector but me? How? I think I deserve an explanation. What the actual fuck? What the actual fuck, DJ Drama? That's how you feel? Is that how you feel? Everybody in the fucking sector but me, my feelings hurt. I feel some type of way. I have given too much to this motherfucking sector to not be nominated for a sector award.
Someone like this actually thinks they can say anything to me that I would ever give a shit about. Unless, of course, there's some legal lines crossed. And if that happens, I'm going to handle that business. Here is the bottom line. This fired ex-teacher is simply jealous because Stargate is not her friend. Now, let's be clear about a friend. A friend will be someone you trust. And as we know, This stank booty bigot doesn't have any concept of trust. None whatsoever. We've seen it. You think that Stargate would actually trust this fired ex-teacher with any information? No, it's simply stating if you want to be cordial. It's not keeping Stargate up at night that you want to act like the subhuman, uncivilized savage that you are. That is on you. Stargate's not losing any sleep. This fired teacher was, however, talking to someone who's a low-life, subhuman savage like she is, someone who steals people's confidential information, took stolen information from the Social Security Administration that Mona gave her and passed it around. They're all in the same dirty, rotten cesspool. How's this for friends? This is the same subject who also had mentioned Photon recently. You mean that's the same Photon who you threatened to kill? That Photon? We talking about the same Photon? The same Photon whose daughter, who she condemned, wanting the same fate? Minor child, by the way. That's the same Photon that she gave $500 and expected him to give his life to her. Undying, forever devotion, unconditional. That's the same Photon. That's the same Photon who she ran to and told Nikki Proctor Walden's personal, intimate business from A to Z. That's the same Photon. And for some reason, she wants to try to find some way to say she has value. You don't have value when you come on and do a video like this. You don't have value when you continuously attack Stargate and breaking the culture with their minor children. You don't have value when you feel so insecure about Stargate's position that you have to lie in order to put yourself in a position that you think elevates you over Stargate. How can it elevate her over Stargate when it's a lie? I mean, it's got to feel like shit. Lying to yourself and thinking that you could ever get on the same level morally. You simply cannot, especially targeting and sexualizing minor children who don't have shit to do with the situation between this fired ex-teacher and those that she gets into it on YouTube with. She attacks people's children and sexualizes them with adult language. That's a serious ass problem. No, I don't need to give timelines. We're not going to say what we're doing, how, when, and where. Look what happened to Dumpsy D. Durrell. He thought he got away with shit too. We have timelines. We're going to stick to those timelines. Let me tell you where there's no timeline. There's never going to be a timeline where she'll be able to assume the title Godmother-Queen. She can't accept the fact that she's never been seen as a queen or godmother material. There will be no opportunity to wear it in any kind of way because there will never be any instance where anyone with any semblance of sense would ever consider her for this title. But here's what's even worse. She's beneath them. So that's why they never considered nominating her. And even in their cesspool world, DJ Jackass, are you serious? Who should be prosecuted just like Dumpsy D. Durrell? Well, what can you say? You really shouldn't be surprised, folks. This is somebody who got fired from a school because of what she was doing on YouTube. It got on the news. And she wants to run around and act like she's pure as the driven snow, that she's on the same moral level of Stargate, but she had to lie about her so-called qualifications and education. If you have to lie, you have drowned yourself in insecurity because you're so worried that people are not going to accept you for your ordinary traits, aren't going to accept you for who you actually are. If you're not happy with who you are, you'll make up something about yourself to try to force people to like you. They're not liking you. It's fake and phony. This is why it's all falling apart. This is why she has no friends, no comrades, no supporters, no colleagues. All they're waiting for this fired ex-teacher to do is continue to crash and burn. She can't compete with Stargate. Stargate has all of the receipts lined up. Stargate's not getting rid of receipts. Stargate's not going to delete them. Whenever Stargate wants to come up and say what the hell she wants to say, that's what's going to happen. But you see how quickly she runs. Because she is so worried it won't be long before Stargate brings up a receipt that will contradict each and everything she has said while she's on a panel. You hear the frustration. Keep talking about me. You know I'm not going to give a shit. We'll see what happens when she gets that notice. She'll get that notice just like Dumpsy D. Durrell got that notice. You can't force people to look at you in a way that you want to be looked at when it's artificial. They only go over to her page to see how long it will take for her to crash and burn. That's the only reason why they're there. None are supporting her. She has no supporters. If she has supporters, where were they when she was going through all this crap she went through recently with these other subjects? Nobody came to support, and I'm not even talking about rescuing. Nobody came to support this fired ex-teacher. That's what she was crying and whining about. Crying and whining because nobody would support me. They're talking about me. Well, look what she's done to people. She's targeted people's children. She was riding hard, trying her damnedest to get black men arrested for crimes against children that didn't even exist. She was desperate to label black men as child molesters and predators, sexual deviants, with what? No incident occurring. That's what she wants. She wants the worst for everyone else because that's how she feels about herself. And she thinks that she's any kind of friend to anyone. What does she do? The second she gets mad, she comes to YouTube with text messages and emails. In case you all forgot, I'll remind you, she got mad at MPW because she went over on Photon's channel. And what did she do? She pitched a fit, kicked her to the curb, and came onto YouTube and told everyone that she was loaning her money. What does it have to do with the cost of tea in China? Nothing. This is who she is. Think twice when you think about what a friend she is. And then basically perpetrated blackmail, threats. If you say anything about me, I'll put your business in the street. Threats. And she even said she sent her a text message. If I heard you say anything about me, this is what you call a friend? No one trusts this hopelessly pathetic, insecure slanderer, abuser, totally confused about any and everything. You name it, she's got mass confusion about it and tries to put it on others. Nope. It's unto herself. It belongs to no one else. So no guilt tripping, no bringing up history, however she characterizes history between whoever. It's not going to work. It's not going to make anyone who she's trying to control come under her command. It will never work. And it certainly won't ever work that she will have any snowball's chance in hell as ever being seen as a godmother or a queen. Equal to that will never be able to unseat Stargate in any respect, on or off YouTube. Stargate wasn't on the news for abusing students and being a bigot. Guess who was on the news for being a bigot, harassing kids, being racially abusive, and violating essentially every single protected class edict? It was, yes, the fired ex-teacher from Tucker High School. That's Carrie Ann. It's none of Stargate. She hates it so much that she can't control the situation. She can't control the situation, so she makes up lies. Like I said, nobody, especially Stargate's not interested in anyone that smells like a dead beached well, stanking up the joint, which is what she came back to that Umar Johnson sector, stanking up the joint. Who really gives a crap? Nobody. And that's what she hates. She knows they don't give a crap about her. They kicked her to the curb over and over and over again. Will continue to kick her to the curb because that's what they think her value is. If she wants to consider herself a friend. She's a friend to the devil. She's a friend to a den of vipers. Those are her friends. And that's who she relies on. That's what her attitude, her disposition, her language, her whole presentation embodies from the inside out is obvious. So whatever she got, She got what she deserved and then some. And you can best believe there's definitely more coming her way that she deserves every single bit. Cursing people's children, targeting people's children with adult sexual language, falsely accusing black men of crimes against children. All of it is blown up in her face. She's getting just what she deserves and then some. And there is more to come. Just like I've told you, I'll continue to bring you the 411. You'll get the information. You can best believe that. And it will be 100% accurate. I'm not going to waste my time coming back on this fool who's so incredibly ignorant, who's a proven liar. Nothing, no explanations are owed. There will be none forthcoming. But keep watch. You will get the bona fide facts, guaranteed. In the meantime, buyer beware.